Hello, sweetheart. You know what's absolutely hilarious? We're all walking around pretending to be broke while secretly knowing we're millionaires in disguise. It's like we're all actors in the world's worst costume drama, wearing these ridiculous poverty masks, when underneath we've got designer souls just waiting for their red carpet moment. But here's the thing that'll make you laugh and cry at the same time. Most people will spend their entire lives rehearsing for a role they never auditioned for. I see you there, scrolling through social media at 2 a.m, looking at other people's success stories and thinking, well, that's nice for them. But I'm still trying to figure out how to afford name brand cereal. Trust me, I've been there. We've all been there, standing in our tiny apartments, eating ramen noodles, and practicing our Academy Award acceptance speech in the mirror. The struggle is real, and it's valid. And anyone who tells you to just think positive thoughts while your bank account is crying deserves to step on a Lego barefoot. But let me tell you something that's going to sound completely backwards at first. You're not broke because you don't have money. You're broke because you're brilliant at being broke. You've mastered the art of small thinking, perfected the science of limitation, and you've got a PhD in playing small. You've become so good at being the person who can't afford things, who doesn't deserve nice things, who has to wait for someday, that you could teach a masterclass in mediocrity. Here's what's really happening in that beautiful brain of yours. Every single day, you're casting yourself in the role of person who struggles with money. You wake up, put on your struggling costume, practice your worried about bills, facial expressions, and then you go out into the world and give an Oscar-worthy performance of someone who just can't seem to get ahead. You're so convincing that even you believe it. You've become the Daniel Day-Lewis of financial struggle, so method in your approach that you've forgotten you're actually acting. Now, before you think I'm about to tell you that money grows on trees if you just believe hard enough, let me share something that actually works. The universe, in all its infinite wisdom and slightly twisted sense of humor, operates on a very simple principle: that it gives you exactly what you're being, not what you're wanting. It's like the world's most accurate mirror, reflecting back to you not your dreams and wishes, but your actual identity, your habitual thoughts, your daily practices, your automatic responses. Think about it this way. If you met the millionaire version of yourself at a coffee shop tomorrow, how would they be different? Not just in what they have, but in how they think, how they talk, how they make decisions, how they treat their time, how they invest their energy. The millionaire version of you doesn't worry about whether they deserve success. They assume they do. They don't apologize for wanting nice things. They expect them. They don't think small thoughts. They can't, because their mind has expanded to match their vision. So here's the beautiful, slightly ridiculous truth. You can start being that person right now, today, before you have the bank account to match. You can start thinking their thoughts, making their decisions, developing their habits, carrying yourself with their confidence. It's like method acting for millionaires. And the best part is, the universe doesn't check your credit score before it starts treating you like the person you're being. Let's start with something so simple it's almost embarrassing. Start talking to yourself the way the millionaire version of you would. Stop saying, I can't afford it, and start saying, how can I afford it? Stop saying, I'm not good with money, and start saying, I'm learning to be excellent with money. Stop saying, rich people are lucky, and start saying, I create my own luck through smart decisions and persistent action. Your subconscious mind is listening to every word you say about yourself, and it's taking notes like an overly enthusiastic personal assistant. Next, and this one's going to feel weird at first, start making decisions from abundance instead of scarcity. When you're at the grocery store, instead of automatically grabbing the cheapest option while muttering about how expensive everything is, pause and ask yourself, what would the abundant version of me choose here? Maybe you still choose the less expensive option, but you choose it from a place of conscious decision-making rather than automatic limitation. Maybe you decide to invest in the organic vegetables because you're investing in your health, which is investing in your future earning capacity. Here's where it gets really fun. Start upgrading your environment in ways that cost little to nothing, but signal abundance to your subconscious. Clean your space like you're expecting important visitors. Organize your belongings like someone who values what they have. Dress well with what you already own. Walk like you own the sidewalk. The millionaire version of you doesn't live in chaos and dress like they don't matter. They honor themselves and their space because they understand that how you do anything is how you do everything. Now, let's talk about time, because this is where most people completely miss the boat. Poor thinking makes you focus on saving money at the expense of time. Rich thinking makes you focus on investing time to create value. Stop spending 3 hours to save $5. Start spending those 3 hours learning a skill, building something, creating value, networking, or planning your next move. The millionaire version of you values their time more than their money because they understand that time properly invested creates money, but money poorly spent just disappears. Here's a game changer that sounds almost too simple to work. Start treating your current income like it's exactly what you ordered from the universe, and then manage it like someone who's destined for more. Create systems, track your spending, automate your savings, invest something even if it's just pocket change. The millionaire version of you doesn't wait until they have a lot of money to get good with money. They got good with money with little amounts, which is exactly why the universe trusted them with larger amounts. And here's something that'll make you laugh at how backwards we usually do things. Start being generous before you feel like you can afford to be generous. I'm not talking about giving away money you need for rent, but being generous with compliments, with your time, with your knowledge, with your encouragement, with your genuine interest in others. The millionaire version of you understands that what flows out comes back multiplied, and they're not afraid to prime the pump of circulation. But here's the secret sauce. The thing that separates the people who just play dress up from the people who actually transform. You have to start believing that this version of you isn't someday you. It's right now you just waiting to be expressed. You're not becoming someone different. You're remembering who you actually are underneath all the conditioning and limitations you've picked up along the way. The millionaire version of you already exists. They're not living in some parallel universe waiting for you to earn enough points to unlock them. They're right there, in your thoughts, in your potential, in your natural talents, in your unique perspective on the world. They're in the way you light up when you talk about your dreams, in the solutions you see that others miss, in the value you could create if you stopped playing small. Every single day, you get to choose which version of yourself you're going to rehearse. You can keep perfecting your performance as someone who struggles, someone who can't quite make it, someone who has to wait for better circumstances. Or you can start rehearsing for the role you actually want to play, someone who creates value, someone who solves problems, someone who thinks abundantly, someone who expects good things and takes action to make them happen. Here's what I want you to do right now, today, before you go to bed tonight. Pick one thing, just one thing, that the millionaire version of you would do differently than you did it today. Maybe they would have walked taller, spoken more confidently, invested in themselves somehow, made a different choice about how to spend their time, treated themselves with more respect, or seen an opportunity where you saw an obstacle. Do that one thing. Be that person for just that one moment. And then tomorrow, do it again. And the next day, add one more millionaire behavior. Not because you're pretending or faking it, but because you're finally being honest about who you really are. You're finally dropping the act of being small and limited, and you're starting to express the abundant, creative, valuable person you've always been. The beautiful thing about this approach is that it doesn't require you to wait for permission, or for perfect circumstances, or for someone else to discover your worth. You can start right now, wherever you are, with whatever you have. You can start treating yourself like someone who matters, thinking thoughts like someone who's going places, and making choices like someone who creates their own luck. So here's my challenge for you. Stop rehearsing for the role of struggler and start auditioning for the part of millionaire. The universe is casting. The role is yours if you want it. And the only thing standing between you and that part is your willingness to show up differently than you showed up yesterday. Drop a comment below and tell me one thing you're going to start doing differently. One way you're going to start being the millionaire version of yourself today. And if this resonates with you, if you're ready to stop playing small and start playing the role you were born to play, hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started on this journey of becoming who you really are. Remember, darling, you're not broke. You're just temporarily between manifestations. The millionaire version of you is ready when you are.